Hey everybody, this is Tim Hart, branch manager of VanDyk Mortgage here in Fort Myers. I'm with our lending operations manager, Lindsey Kuhlne. Lindsey, how you doing?
I'm good, Tim. How are you?
Doing good, thank you. First off, Lindsey is on vacation. She was cool enough to jump on this call with me. I appreciate that, buddy. You're down here in sunny Southwest Florida, right?
Yeah, it's not very sunny today, but I'm hoping the sun pops out. It's better than the Mitten State right now. They've got a blizzard going on up there.
Yeah, right. Well, hey, I want to bring Lindsey on real quick. I've known her for a while, and we want to talk about the underwriting relationship with loan officers at VanDyk Mortgage. And if you're watching this and you're a loan officer out there, maybe looking, you're peeking around, trying to see what else is out there, or maybe you and I have talked already. Lindsey is, one of the leaders in our company. And she is massively pro loan officer. And so I wanted to kind of get that through on video. So Lindsey, first off, from my team, we appreciate you and everything you do. So thank you.
We appreciate you and all of our sales partners that we have at VanDyk Mortgage.
I like it. All right. So, hey, enough of the pleasantries here. Let's get down to business. All right. How do you view the underwriting loan officer relationship?
I really view it as a team, Tim. Back when I first entered the mortgage industry, I had a leader and they taught me about the mortgage industry and that it's like a well-oiled machine. And every part, every loan officer, every processor, every underwriter, every closer, we all have a part in that machine. And it takes us all working together to get those loans closed and closed smoothly. So I think the more that our loan officers and our underwriters can work together as a team, the better success we have for not just ourselves, but our clients as well.
Mm-hmm. Right. And so how do you, because you have how many underwriters under you?
We currently have 10 underwriters and a regional underwriting manager.
Okay. And so explain to us how you convey that, that type of outlook and culture back to your underwriters because listen, if a loan officer is watching this, right, it's always it's underwriter, me and the underwriter, right? Like it's all combative. And at VanDyk, I'm just being honest, I don't ever feel it's been combative for a long time, and I'm talking like 8 to 10 years. I don't even remember when, actually, if it ever was combative. I don't feel like we have that relationship. It's a massive team thing. So a loan officer looks at you, the underwriter, and says, oh God, I'm going to battle with them. I'm going to go at it with them. And I don't ever feel it. So how do you get that perception at all from anybody at VanDyk? How do you convey that to your underwriters under you?
We really don't get much of the combativeness. I think it's a very good working relationship between our loan officers and our underwriters. One of the things that we stress, is communication. If you've got to reject a condition, let's say as an underwriter twice, it's time to pick up the phone and call the loan officer or the processor and really talk to them about what maybe the disconnect is. I'm a yes person. I really don't like to say no if we don't have to. If the loan makes sense and it's a good loan, let's do it. So when we're suspending loans, I know nobody likes to talk about suspended loans, but those are really loans that we're saying, hey, we want to do this loan with you. They pick up the phone, they have the conversation with the loan officer, and they determine and figure out what it's going to take to be successful and take that loan forward. And I also think, just in the normal loan transaction where it's a conditional approval, our underwriters are still picking up the phone, they're talking to people, they're communicating with their loan officers. And it really is, hey, I might have missed this, but now I'm going to work extra heavy with you as a loan officer to figure out how to get this deal done. And I just think it's the positive, proactive approach that really helps, that we've instilled in our underwriters to help them work with the loan officers to say, hey, we've got this little bit of a hurdle, but I have the knowledge base to help you get this done. And if I don't have the knowledge base, I'm okay with going to ask for help.
Gotcha. And so let's talk about for a second with if I'm the loan officer and I've got a tough deal, I'm struggling to figure out the guideline on it, some questions or whatever. What do you have available for the loan officer to get questions answered?
We have a scenario desk, askuw@vandykmortgage.com. There is myself and Conan Kruger, who's our regional underwriting manager, who are the brains behind those answers. And we're looking at the scenario as accurately as we possibly can. So if we've got questions back for you to help get that scenario answered so that once it comes into underwriting, there's no issues, we will do that. We also have a self-employment income support team that will help you calculate your tax returns for those self-employed borrowers for all agencies in those conforming loan limits. And they also calculate rental income. So we're working with you up front. We don't even actually have to have a loan in the system. You can send your tax returns in and we will calculate that income for you. And that way, once it gets into underwriting, you know that your income is concrete. The underwriters don't have to recalculate that income. So it really helps with those efficiencies and getting those loans from conditional approval to closing that much quicker.
And that option, both of these things we're talking about can be done on buyers that you just took an app on. You may not even taken an app on them yet, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Cool. Yeah, that self-employment income, if you're a loan officer watching this, I don't know about you guys. I despise paperwork. I despise doing any of that stuff. So, and plus I don't trust myself as much as I do, you and Conan and any of the underwriters. So you have the ability to take a self-employed borrower. Hey, I got 4 businesses, 3 rental properties. Me, I look at that. I'm like, oh my God, dang it. But you guys, it's like, here, boom, they handle it for you. They do it, right? It's great. What about, so say I have a deal that it's kind of questionable, or maybe we did the app now, but they're going to be looking in 3 to 4 weeks, right? They'll be coming down looking. What do we offer at VanDyk Mortgage to help that process out? And I'm hinting towards our TBD loan approvals.
I knew where you were going with that.
Okay, I didn't know.
I did. We have our TBD underwrite, which is a full underwrite. So typically what we see is a credit report, AUS findings, your income documentation, and that's about it. And we take that, we underwrite it to the application and the documents that you've provided. And if there's any concern with approvability, we of course will let you know before you send that borrower out to go under contract. But we have great success, I think, with eliminating the fallout with those buyers. Once they're under contract, those are the buyers that are closing. And I also think the TBD underwrite is important. I know that the market has shifted a little bit, but those borrowers are the ones who can go to their agents and say, hey, I have this true underwriting approval before we've even found a property. I know that I'm good, I'm golden. And when we're under contract, this loan will close for you and your sellers. So I think that's a huge opportunity, especially for those borrowers where there is some concern, right? Those borrowers who don't fit in that cookie cutter box. And maybe they're a little outside of the box. We do offer that TBD underwrite, and it's already been in front of an underwriter when you're issuing those pre-approvals.
Yep. And 2 things happen with that program. One, like you said, the peace of mind for the loan officer, the whole branch, to know, hey, they've already been underwritten and approved. Like you remove that issue from there, because there always is a little bit of like, hey, I pre-approved them, but it didn't go through underwriting yet, right? You're like, oh God, is there something behind the scenes maybe I don't know about? Which does happen, right? But in that case, you have the peace of mind, though you have a pre-approved buyer, but also at the same time, when they make that offer on the property and they've already been underwritten and approved, we instruct the buyer's agent, let us know when they make the offer, send us the listing agent's information. We, as the lender, call the listing agent. Hey, Mr. Listing Agent, that borrower that you just got an offer on, they've already been fully underwritten. We're right here, we're VanDyk Mortgage, we're a direct lender, blah, blah, blah. We go through the whole thing. They've been underwritten and approved. It's as close to cash as you can get. We don't get involved in the sales price or anything with them and negotiating it, but we want them to know that borrower is solid as solid can be, close to cash as they can get. So it's a great tool for us. Lindsey, is there anything else you want to bring up as far as what underwriting offers to a potential loan officer?
Yeah, we can talk about our turn times right now. We are next business day on both submissions and resubmissions and those TBD underwrites, which is fantastic. You've got a decision within 24 hours.
Had it happen to me yesterday. We submitted a deal. I honestly think it was same day. I think it happened same day, because I was even shocked. I even replied back to everybody. I said, is this real? And they're like, yeah, it's done. It's like the same day.
Yeah, we have an amazing team of underwriters, and I think all of the underwriters that we have right now on staff and the leadership that we have in underwriting, they want to close loans with our loan officers. They've got the go get 'em mentality. They've got the problem solving, desire to help get the loans done and get them closed. And I think that you don't find that at companies with all of their underwriting staff. I don't know in other companies as much as it used to be, but it was like the underwriters were off limits, and our underwriters aren't off limits here. If they're the underwriter on the loan, we want them to be the first point of contact for our sales partners and our processors. They're the why behind, they know why they've asked for something or what they're seeing in the file firsthand. And so we encourage that communication with our underwriters. They're not off limits. There's always that escalation of Conan or myself
Right.
if maybe there's a disagreement. We encourage that, we offer that, because we all around here have that mentality and the culture of wanting to close loans, and successful loans, borrowers that are going to be successful after the closing. And I think we've got the best of the best at VanDyk right now, Tim. I think we have just a solid group of just underwriters who want to be a part of the yes, a part of
Yeah.
not the no's, and truly getting the loans done.
Yeah, and two things to that point. One is when my team like processing like where the LO has an issue on a file, like one of the first things I say is, have you asked the underwriter? Have you asked the underwriter? Because you guys are that open, and we go right to the underwriter, and it happens with conditions too. Lindsay, like we'll get conditions. I'll see him. I go, I don't think that's right. Don't go to the borrower for that yet. Like, go back to the underwriter, ask him. And normally it's like, yeah, you're probably right. Or no, you're absolutely wrong, Tim. You're an idiot. Go get it. But that relationship. And then the second part of that though, that's even better is, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Underwriter, we don't agree with this. Can we get Lindsey or Conan to check this out? Never once has, and we do this, a lot. It happens a lot. We go to you on something where just we want another set of eyes, but never once has an underwriter said, well, you got a lot of nerve doing that to me. Like they never get mad about it. Like, no problem. You can do it. It's okay. And sometimes, you get a set of eyes on it and you can dig deeper, and because you are also the final say in it too, that you have that a little bit of that power. You got that power, Lindsay, to wave the wand and say yes. But that relationship is awesome. We also have like all, everything online too. I think it's something that's kind of neat too. All our matrices and the how-tos and all that stuff. We're loaded with, shout out to Taryn and Meg and them, but like loaded with stuff online for an LO to research, right?
Yeah, for sure. We've got our matrices, like you mentioned. One of my favorites is our cheat sheets. And a lot
Yeah.
of times those are loan officer driven. That's a loan officer who's coming to us and saying, hey, it would be really nice to have a cheat sheet in this area.
Mhm.
And so, our student loan one is one that we share quite often on how to calculate student loan payments for the different agencies.
Yeah.
Because there are those nuances. So I think having those tools is important. I'm a big believer in knowledge is power. And we don't want to just keep that knowledge in underwriting. We want to share it, with all of our people. And so Howie, where those resources are, we have all regs that's available to everyone in the company, which is that direct link to some of the investors we work with, as well as the Fannie Freddie, FHA, USDA, VA. All of those agency guidelines are right at everyone's fingertips. It's not some hidden secret that we have, that underwriting's just holding the power.
Right. Cool. Well, good job. Anything else?
I don't think so. I just want to say thank you for your time. And if you're a loan officer listening or watching this, we would love to have you as part of our VanDyk family.
Look at you close it at the end. I love it. I love it. You stole my thunder. Hey,
Because
that's the
it is a
underwriting
family
manager
here,
with the
right?
LO.
It is a
What?
family. It is a family here. The
Yeah.
culture is, we're a growing company, but we're very home at heart.
Yeah, definitely. And with VanDyk Mortgage, I always say like, hey, when I joined, which was, oh my God, what was it? Oh 08. I forgot right now. It's been a long time.
That's
But
when I
like,
came, Tim. Oh, wait.
was it? All right, there we
Yeah.
go. What's up? But Tom made it through, Tom VanDyk Mortgage made it through that meltdown of 08 and 09. and made it through. We got some bumps and bruises or whatever, but made it through and has been in business for that long. Plus, what year did he start? What year was that?
87. So
87.
35 years this year.
Yeah. And so, but when you go to our events, our fly-ins, our the award stuff and all, like any of our calls or whatever, it really is a family-oriented place. Everyone is tight. No one's off limits. We all do talk. So if you are a loan officer and you are watching this and maybe you want to talk more about it, reach out to me. It's confidential, of course, but call my cell, give me my cell phone number, 239-910-5668, and be happy to talk with you more. And we do have more videos like this for our marketing department and other things like that. So we'll put those links for you in the description. But Lindsey, thank you. Appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Tim.
Enjoy the rest of your vacation too, by the way.
Thanks. Have a Merry Christmas.
Take it easy.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.